Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back again for another video about Virgin Voyages and that whole thing.
Thank you for joining us today. Usually on Thursdays, we typically do a dining review, sometime somewhere around Universal, Disney property, even local dining reviews, but we actually got a response from Virgin Voyages about our last video and thought it was too important to hold off on letting everybody know the results.
Quick update, we just got off the ship yesterday. So we went on a 5-night Caribbean sailing from Miami. We drove down, we live in Orlando, we drove down, it's a little less than 4 hours with some friends. We got on board and 5 nights later, we just got off yesterday and we can't wait to bring you that whole experience. I'm not gonna spoil a lot of it, but there were some interesting moments, including one where a security officer filmed me on his body cam in my underwear. That was a whole thing. But overall, we did have a good time, and some of that was because of the people we were traveling with. We loved our friends that we were traveling with, and some of that was just Virgin does have a good product with some really good food. But that is not what today's video is about, because we're gonna bring all that to you over the next couple of Sundays on our vlogs for our experience over the last 5 days.
First off, I wanna thank everybody out there that commented on our video, especially everyone who was, commenting words of support and almost like your experience as well with the misunderstandings and how the website works and all of that, that it was just very nice to know that it wasn't just us and it wasn't just our friends that also had the same experience, that there are lots of you out there that this has affected. And I think that right there is really what helped affect this change.
Our very last video, while we were on the ship actually, was about our process and our experience booking the particular category of room that we got. So go watch that video. It kind of blew up a little bit, at least for our channel. We don't have the largest YouTube channel in the world, obviously, but it had, as of yesterday, over 18,000 views, and that was less than 72 hours after it posted. We actually met some other passengers that had this exact same experience where they booked a lock-it-in Rockstar rate that was included in the suite after suite category, and they were given a lesser than room that they were not happy with. All that to say, we got a response from Virgin, and that is only because of all of you out there. If you want to comment and disagree with us, that's totally fine. If you want to comment and agree with us, that's totally fine. All that to say, we're excited to bring you the update from Virgin.
So it was on our last day of the sailing. This was actually our beach club at Bimini Day. And so we went to their little private area. We had gotten off the ship and then, hung out with our friends for a little bit. We had karaoke that night. Again, we did it 3 times.
3 times.
Spoiler, it was amazing. But prior to karaoke, we went to Richard's Rooftop for our little happy hour that we have there. And that is when Dan opened his email and happened to see that he received this email from 2 Virgin Voyages executives.
The impetus for this, even though the video was getting a lot of views, was one of you that commented and said that you had reached out to, that you had a contact with Virgin. We reached out to not only the call center twice, they were kind of rude actually, and then we reached out to our business development manager, so that's like our travel agency contact on the travel agent side of things. We own a travel agency if you didn't know, and then she included her boss. They were more compassionate and understanding and acknowledged our frustration and kind of the understandable way that a lot of people can view how this was advertised, and they really couldn't do anything. They offered us a $50 onboard credit, which we declined, but we just wanted to affect some change. Like, if it happened to us as licensed travel agents, like, it can happen to anyone out there. And also, good on you if you have a travel agent and they told you that this was how Virgin was doing this, and good on you if you've been on Virgin before and you understand how Virgin is doing this.
But to be fair, that those travel agents, or if you've been on it before, it's because you experienced it. And this was honestly our first experience with Virgin Voyages, because they are not a new supplier to our agency, but a newer supplier to me personally. I hadn't booked very much Virgin at all. And the ones that I had booked, I'm always very clear whenever I'm not super comfortable with a supplier. And a lot of my clients just want to book it to support our business.
There are more than just Leslie and I that book travel underneath the Fantastical Vacations umbrella. And so it is possible for not everyone to be experts in every cruise line. And so for the commenters out there, they're like, you're a horrible travel agent. How can you book Virgin? We don't book Virgin, us two. But we do have agents that book Virgin, right? Yeah. And so this was hopefully going to get us the experience that we need personally to be able to market and book more Virgin. All that to say, like, we got a lot of comments about, like, how did you not know? Anyway. Okay, so we did get an email. The first email I got included me on a communication from this commenter. If you know who, I mean, I'm sure you know who you are. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
This would not have happened without you. I was CC'd on from that first communication to a sales director. I'm not gonna call anyone out here, but basically including me on a communication, passing along the commenters' concerns about what happened to us in this video. And so that was great. Then the next communication I got was a response. So in that first communication, they said, thanks, I will forward this to the appropriate team. The next communication that I got was a response from that sales director position that included the quoted response from the team. And it said, just got this response from the team. We are making the following changes today. Moving the lock-it-in rates Rockstar to Seriously Sweet, which is the lowest Rockstar cabin category, and adding wording stating that the lock-it-in rate can be any Rockstar cabin category. Thank you for bringing this. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. That is perfect. In our opinion, that's where it needs to be.
Yes.
The lock-it-in rate for Rockstar Suites was included in a box on a higher category than they were willing to guarantee that you get. And that is against the terms and conditions because it says that you will get that category or above. So moving it to the actual lowest category that you can get is perfect. That is not misleading. That is appropriate marketing. And then including, I think that's going above and beyond, honestly, to include verbiage about, hey, you know, what did it say? Wording stating that the lock-in rate can be any Rockstar cabin. Perfect. Yeah, if it was more clear on the website, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all.
Yes. So we are very, very pleased with this outcome. I'm not sure if it was the popularity of the video that caused it or this specific person's connections, but however it shook out, we're very thankful that the change is being made. I do hope that moving forward, because from my understanding from commenters, a lot of people have had this experience and complained about it. So I do hope moving forward that Virgin pays more attention to just their guest experience, and that hopefully, you know, YouTube videos and, higher up escalation doesn't have to happen in the future to make change.
Absolutely. Totally agree. So thanks to Virgin for actually making the change. It's unfortunate that we reached out to 4 separate people and it took a video that had a lot of views and someone else with another connection to get to the right person. They didn't specify when this would take effect, but just the fact that they acknowledged it and they said they would make that change is definitely a step forward and an improvement. So thanks to Virgin. Thanks definitely to all of you that gave your support. And it was more than just this one commenter that reached out. I've heard from other people in emails. So thanks to all of you. But yeah, couldn't have done it without you.
Yes, so thank you so much. And if you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
And we'll see you on the next video.